Wednesday, and we back with another podcast.
It's your boy Hassan.
It's your boy Zion checking in with back another episode of Fisher Side Fashion, where we facilitate the spread of positive cultural influence through the lenses of young creators and entrepreneurs.
Yes, sir.
And today we're gonna be speaking on your ecosystem as an entrepreneur, a young person. Like, we feel like your ecosystem is very important. Who you surround yourself with, like, are you with like-minded individuals? So how important do you think that is, guys?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much scratched the surface. It's about like what you got around you and who you got around you. Because I mean, obviously you can't do it all on your own. You know what I'm saying? So
Most definitely, and I really think, man, it's really like not only who you surround yourself with, but what's in your library too. You know what I mean? The books, the courses, the opportunities such as like the internships. All those things just come into play. But when you add value to yourself, and you add value to like the group of people that you want to surround yourself with.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it your library. I call it your diet. Just what are you consuming? Because that's big on what type of person you gonna put out to the atmosphere, how you interact with other people. Because it's more than just courses, books. Like, what type of food are you eating? What type of conversation are you having? What type of thoughts are you maintaining? So I think it starts with just like your own mental like fortitude, I would say.
Most definitely.
what you were touching on, Zay, like with the literature is important because that's where you get a lot of your direction from.
Yeah.
So that's a big point too. You know what I'm saying? You got people who done this shit before that you trying to do that's written about it. So it's definitely important to keep some good literature around too.
Yeah, that's a good point, bro. Because one thing I was listening to this week, like a smart person. He was like, a smart person would like learn from their own mistakes, but like a genius would learn from others' mistakes. So like that reading point you was just mentioning, that Zay was mentioning, it is very important, like the library that you keep. So you want to at least study the thing or the skills that's going to make you more proficient within the things you're doing. So like studying the people's mistakes before you is key to that. I feel like what's some more factors y'all look for when y'all hang around people or surround.
But man, like, cause I say this though, like, also not suffering from analysis paralysis, like reading something, like, you know how people just read, but they don't apply the knowledge that they read.
Yeah,
man, it's been times when I started reading, like when I was young, like, I just read, but I didn't know what it means until later on, like, oh, now I can apply it. So really just like when you read something and study something and just try it out, because you don't want to be like that individual. You got all these great like just ideas, but you ain't acting upon nothing.
Yeah. I feel like I might struggle with that a little bit.
Me too.
You gotta read. You gotta read with an intention. Like, reading is cool and like it health benefits to it, but like, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't looking for something in particular, then like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I think it don't even have to be you looking for something, but like I said, your intentions gotta be aligned with what you reading for type shit. So I feel like that's definitely an important point too.
So like when you deal with people, like you gotta deal with people that read, you gotta deal with people that speak a certain way, or you just, what do you look for when you like know I can fuck with that person, or I feel like I can hang around you consistently and spend my energy with you and my time with you?
Man, it's honestly like the values, man, the time frame and the lingo. But like I hate to judge people on how they talk, but really like just judging people like where they head at, cause it's like. With me, when cause I'm at work and I try to initiate, like a conversation, and I try to bring up something that's like, like marketing, or try to bring some, bring up business wise. And if we really drifting towards that, then I'm like, okay, now I know I can just keep it at like a mutual level and just have like a cordial conversation, because it's something that you're not interested in. Because if you was interested in it, you'll automatically be like, oh yeah, boom, 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 boom. But it's like now I can't really talk to you about that, because you really can't talk to people that's not on like an interest level. That's what I look for sometimes.
I challenge that by saying that I like my thing about keeping people around me is just like the level of trust that we have between each other. And like I guess what makes a person the most effective person is when they have friends who is interested in different shit, because like you learn it, you know what I'm saying? But that level of trust is the foundation that you need to know that somebody gonna be teaching you the right shit, and you know what I'm saying, not spewing no bullshit or no negativity, you know what I'm saying? Cause like I got friends who in all different kinds of shit, some shit that I'm into and some shit that I'm not, but like we still friends at the end of the day because I trust them.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's all that really matters. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then like you just become more versatile over time as you meet friends who know how to cook real good, or know how to make music, know how to copyright, know how to fucking, you know what I'm saying? You acquiring all of these different skills from your different friends, as opposed to like keeping your circle just narrow and just on one thing. Like if all your friends know copyright, and then you ain't really growing, are you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then man, I say this, man, this may sound controversial, but people that's winning within themselves though, like, you know, do you own yourself? Do you own like your free will type shit? So like I had read something like, you know, victims adore entertainment, but victors love education. Like, is you educating like yourself so you can win within yourself? I ain't talking about winning like outside, cause we gonna lose and win and go through a whole bunch of bullshit. But is you winning within yourself, as in, you know what, I'm in a fucked up mindset, but I know how I can get myself out of that by loving myself properly and taking care of myself. Cause if you can't love yourself and take care of yourself, it don't matter who you around, then it's going to like reflect that upon like the whole group.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
Yeah, you gotta be right within yourself to be able to even choose the right kind of friends anyways.
Have y'all ever found yourself choosing the wrong friends?
Yeah.
Nah. I always had a good grasp on like just reading people energy and like knowing what kind of people I want around me and shit like that. And like I'm real observant and shit, so I pay attention to nuances and like just small little details that people will look over, so I could tell if I want somebody to be my friend or not from the jump.
Most definitely. So like, what's some of y'all deal breakers would be like, okay, I can't fuck with you. Like, I can't, like, you can't come back from that. Mine would be like, what would mine be? I would say just, I can't even say inconsistency, because I might be an inconsistent friend.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Mine would just be like,
just bad energy, bro. Like,
yeah, I think
your attitude, how we interact, and what you talk about too.
Yeah, mine would be like, like that, like what you talk about, what's like your main point of conversation every time we exchange dialogue, and then like going back to trustworthiness too, like I don't really like lying at all. I don't like petty lies and stuff. And like, you know what I'm saying? It depending on what it is, you could look past it just because it's petty. But like, if it's just a consistent thing, you know what I'm saying? You lie after lie, whether it's petty or big. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, all right, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Because like, lying is not the most detrimental thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it hurts in the moment, but like, it's not the end of your life unless it's like really a life-threatening situation type shit.
Man, cause I say like the integrity piece, but like not just like, you know, like, cause like Cabro said, man, just being honest.
Yeah.
And like, you know, keeping it real with not only with yourself but with everybody else. Man, I say this like, man, Cabro, what I finna say, it's like, I don't like people that's two-faced, like, you know, cause you gotta think about it like this: when we all go home, that's the real us. Like, nobody sees the outside, but man, and that's okay, but as long as you showing some type of them factors outside, so everybody can see that though.
Yeah, that's why trustworthiness is so important though, cause like I said, no matter what y'all into, you know what I'm saying, goddamn, I got a bunch of gay friends, like, into two completely different things on that topic, but like, I trust them enough to know that like, if I'm slipping, they gonna catch me. Or like vice versa type shit, and that's all that really matter. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. I want to ask you about something, because this one you taught me, like, with Dan talking about this friend in this ecosystem. I feel like people have to know when and how to detach, and you taught me about like the law of detachment, I think.
Yeah.
So can you explain that real quick for him?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just how you coexist with the law of attraction, because like we preach that stuff so much, but like we don't understand that it's a flip side of the coin, and like that's the part that you have control over really. Like the law of attraction and like all of the universal laws, like they already there, they already in place, you know what I'm saying? But it's a part that you have control over too as a human being, and that's being able to like just moderate pretty much, like, and so that's what the law of detachment is. It's just saying that like, just as much as you fixate on something and just as much as you desire something, you also gotta like let that thing go and kind of pick and choose times when you want to fixate on that. Just cause like it's just a simple rule of like too much of anything it can be too it can be bad, can be a liability. So if you fixate on something too much, you know what I'm saying, if you live in desire too much, then you know what I'm saying, it could be to your detriment. And like to be a little bit more specific, I don't know if the viewers have seen the movie Soul, but in that movie, with Jamie Foxx,
okay, go ahead.
With Jamie Foxx as the main character, they talked about lost souls and stuff like that, and that's a symptom of living too much in desire, like fixating too much on something. You get lost in that, and
you actually read remember that Jordan Peterson page I showed you? Yeah, hit that joint right on.
He was talking about that in the book too.
Cause like
it's just like you lose yourself and you lose sight of who you really are, and you lose sight of your soul and like your emotions, empathy and happiness and love and all that stuff like makes you just as much of a business person as like your skill set and your mindset and all the little information and shit. So you gotta be able to balance both of those things. But you can't if you too fixated on something.
Most definitely. That's why I think it's important to have a like you said, a well-rounded friend group, because you have some people that can balance you out, tell you when you need to slow down, tell you what might be wrong with you when you can't see it in a different perspective. That's really the best advantage, I feel like. It's a different perspective.
100%.
That comes with it. What are you saying though, bro?
Oh yeah, and telling them on where they needed help and not where they wanted help, bro. Man, that's a major part. And then when Hassan was talking about lost souls, man, it was a quote from like a book, and I think you read this book too, like Benjamin Franklin said some people die at 35, but then they live like to be 65 or something like that. Man, like they die early.
That's literally all that is. Like you killing off your soul, like you trapping your soul in a box. You know what I'm saying? You don't allow yourself to feel anything else. You don't allow yourself to like want to experience or love anything else because you're so fixated on that one thing. And that's where the law of detachment come in.
Hey man, I feel like I need to practice that.
Bro, that shit is important. And like what it would look like for the average person in their day-to-day life is like pick a couple hours out the day where you want to focus on that thing that you desire the most. But then those other hours of the day, like you just allow yourself to be, you know what I'm saying? Like don't tell yourself you gotta do anything, you know what I'm saying? If you feel like watching a movie, then do that. If you want to take a nap until that next set of hours roll around where you work on your work, then do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know what I'm saying? Just compartmentalize type shit. And that's what the law of detachment really is just like applying structure to your shit for real.
Man, I was just telling Z that like yesterday or so, like, man, I started waking up at like 8, like just at 6:45, so at dawn. And then just give myself a whole hour like to myself. Then I'll be having so much peace, like, cause when you wake up, man, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. But then you don't really take no time, just be like, man, just let me sit.
I do that every morning, bro.
You gotta allow yourself time to detach. Like I do the same shit when I wake up in the morning. That's like my work time. So do whatever work I gotta do until I'm done. And when I'm done, and sometimes I don't even be all the way done. I just be like, I don't feel like doing this shit no more. So I put it down. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta allow yourself to be able to detach like that. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely, man. I don't want this podcast to go too long, but I feel like we rounded it out very well from what you guys look for, how important your diet is, your ecosystem is. Because you're going to become a sum of the things you take in and the people you hang around. Like, literally, look around your life and you see it in every aspect. People will become a sum of the things they take in and the people they're around. You just know how to detach, know how to be multifaceted, and know how to be around people that are multifaceted. I feel like we touched a lot of good points in this podcast. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Anything y'all want to leave the people with?
Man, stay true to yourself and just be self-compassionate, man, especially as men. You got for them.
For sure, man. Forgive yourself.
And I say, practice patience. Like life is not a rush, and life is not, you know what I'm saying, a competition with anyone else except for yourself.
Exactly.
And that's why it's important to practice the law of attachment and the law of detachment at the same time. Because you only want yourself to grow. You want yourself to be the best person you could be, and you can't give to nobody else unless you give to yourself first.
Definitely. Like, think of life like a canvas, and you creating art. You can't rush good art.
Can't rush
You
it.
gotta go at your pace, man. You trying to create a masterpiece at the end of the day.
Compartmentalize your life, man.
Exactly.
Give yourself healthy limits and healthy boundaries, and everything will be okay.
Man,
Definitely.
don't make a good cake fall.
Don't make a good cake fall.
Yeah, because it takes time to build a cake, man. You don't want to go slop.
For sure. So, man, thank you guys for listening. For Society Fashion out.
Peace.
All right, peace.